All right, let's jump right into this explainer and break down the absolute chaotic chronological journey of Chen Yuan. We're looking at a story that takes a completely humiliated, totally broke outcast and transforms him into a superpowered multi-billionaire literally overnight. It's a massive, cinematic journey of revenge, gamified reality, and honestly some of the wildest spending sprees you'll ever hear about. If you're a fan of lit RPG mechanics crashing headfirst into modern-day drama, you are definitely going to want to pay close attention as we map out his unbelievable rise to power.
So, every hero's journey starts at rock bottom, right? Well, Chen Yuan is at the very bottom of the barrel. He is absolutely devastated. After 3 grueling years of working 4 separate jobs just to buy gifts for his girlfriend, Tu Wang, she publicly dumps him. And not just for anybody. She leaves him for some rich guy driving a Mercedes-Benz. This totally crushing moment solidifies Chen Yuan's reputation on campus as a pathetic dog licker. That's a term that essentially means an extreme simp who gives absolutely everything for zero respect in return. He is left utterly humiliated and completely broke right in front of all his peers. But just as he hits his lowest, most despairing point, a holographic interface that only he can see materializes right in front of him. The bootlicker system activates, instantly crediting him with 90 billion coins. 90 billion! But there's a massive, totally gamified catch. He can't just go out and buy himself a yacht. The money must be spent on women. Furthermore, the system assigns these women a favorability score. If Chen Yuan can spend enough cash to push a target's favorability to a near-perfect 95 points, he successfully turns the tables, making them his follower. And the reward? He gets 10% of all the money he spent returned directly to his personal bank account, plus magical physical attribute points.
To test these crazy new waters, he sets his sights on a notoriously materialistic girl named Shu Li. Now, her starting favorability is a brutal -50, but Chen Yuan, he doesn't even flinch. He absolutely shocks everyone on campus by marching her straight into a high-end Gucci store and casually swiping his system card for a massive 50,000 coins spending spree. He basically buys out the latest spring collections right in front of the completely snobby store clerks. And you know what? The strategy works flawlessly. Right in front of his stunned ex-girlfriend Chong, who, by the way, just happens to be in the exact same store trying to get her new Mercedes boyfriend to buy her a single bag, Chen Yuan instantly gains a massive 60 favorability points with Shulei in a matter of mere minutes. Just by effortlessly swiping that card, he goes from being a campus joke to a mysterious high roller.
And this brilliantly illustrates his whole psychological revenge tactic. Later on, his ex Chung actually texts him, revealing that she only left him because her mother needed 50,000 for medical bills and he was just too poor to help. Now, the old Chen Yuan would have cried, but the new system Chen Yuan, he instantly wire transfers her the 50,000 coins without blinking. He doesn't do it out of love, though. He does it to utterly play with her mind, making her instantly regret dumping him. And just like that, her favorability score starts creeping up. He is literally farming his ex for system points.
Section 1. Buying the campus goddess.
So, Chen Yuan quickly figures out that low-tier targets just aren't going to give him enough cash back. He needs a high-value target. Enter the completely unattainable campus vice president, an elite piano prodigy named Sha Yuki, better known online as Kiki. She's cold, independent, and notoriously ignores all men. So Chen Yuan attacks where she's least expecting it, online. During a massive streaming duel, he completely crushes a veteran, highly materialistic streamer named Shomi by dropping a staggering 10 million coins in digital rockets onto Kiki's stream under an anonymous username. He single-handedly wins the duel for Kiki, leaving the entire streaming platform in absolute shock. But digital rockets just aren't enough to hit that magical 95 favorability threshold, so he escalates the stakes dramatically in real life. He takes Kiki to view this incredibly luxurious riverfront mansion, and when the seller tries to intimidate them with the price tag, Chen Yuan casually buys the $60 million property in full, putting it entirely in Kiki's name. That absurd act of generosity rockets her favorability straight up to 90.
Section 2. Upgrading stats and fighting back.
Okay, here's where it gets really crazy. When he finally pushes a girl's favorability to the max 95, like he does with his ex Chuang and the materialistic Shulei, it doesn't just give him his massive 10% cash back. It unlocks the system's true power: physical attribute points. Chen Yuan channels these earned RPG points directly into his strength and agility. He transforms from a scrawny weakling into a literal superhuman. When Shulei is cornered by armed casino loan sharks demanding 15 million, Chen Yuan steps in and physically decimates the thugs with a single cyclone kick. Shortly after that, he completely embarrasses a professional track star named Liang in a foot race, moving so fast he literally leaves a trail of smoke. He is no longer just rich, he's physically unstoppable. But you really can't embarrass arrogant, powerful people without some serious consequences. The rising action hits a snag when his defeated rivals, including that humiliated track star, launch a vicious, campus-wide smear campaign online, calling him a trashy predator who just plays with women. But here is exactly where his system investments pay off socially. His network of high favorability girls immediately mobilize. They rally to his defense so fiercely that the student council president conducts a full investigation and ends up publicly clearing Chen Yuan's name, even handing him an award.
The dramatic irony here is absolutely incredible, you guys. Kiki, the brilliant campus goddess, genuinely interprets his highly calculated lit RPG spending and system-driven fights as the actions of a selfless, misunderstood hero. She literally calls him her Black Knight. She has absolutely no idea he's just farming her for system stats and cashback. And how does our supposed Black Knight celebrate clearing his name and basically manipulating the entire campus? By going on another ridiculous spending spree, of course. To show up an arrogant car dealer, he casually drops $22 million on a hyper-rare Ferrari LaFerrari. I mean, his wealth is becoming completely unhideable at this point.
Section 3. A House of Cards.
So juggling all these women to exploit the system's rules is forcing Chen Yuan to live an incredibly stressful double life. He actually has to micromanage the girl's emotions just to keep the system active. Take the streamer Shomi, for example. Her favorability actually got too high, meaning he couldn't trigger the system to spend money on her anymore. So what does he do? He takes her to a fancy restaurant and acts purposefully disgusting. He puts his feet on the table, claims he's totally broke, and literally picks his nose right in front of her. This completely disgusts her, lowering her favorability by 20 points, which brilliantly restarts the system's connections so he can farm her for points all over again. It's wild.
But the bigger problem is Kiki. She is smart, and she starts catching him interacting with these other women. When she questions his insane spending and his ties to streamers, Chen Yuan has to invent a wildly fake backstory to keep her on the hook. He pulls a classic Brewster's Millions lie, claiming he is a secret billionaire heir who is contractually obligated to spend $10 billion in a single month to inherit a $50 billion fortune. And amazingly, because she really wants to believe in him, Kiki totally buys it.
But his system dashboard is suddenly flashing a massive warning of impending doom. He has successfully maxed out Shu Li and Shu Kuang, but Kiki, Shomi, and Heejin are all hovering in the low 90s. He is dangerously close to maxing out multiple girls at the exact same time. He is spinning way too many plates at once, and if any of these women truly start comparing notes, his entire system-funded empire is going to collapse.
And that leads us to the ultimate boiling point. Just as he thinks he has solidified this empire, balancing the lies perfectly, Kiki's best friend bursts through the door in an absolute panic. She has connected the dots and is threatening to expose his cheating to Kiki directly. And that leaves us on a massive cliffhanger. So I want to leave you with this thought. When you treat human emotions like a video game just to get rich, what happens when the NPCs finally realize they are being played? Will Chen Yuan's system save him? Or is his $90 billion vengeance about to totally bankrupt his reality?